Good afternoon, everybody. We're back to Flying Off the Bounce. I'm your host, Johnny Diaz, always alongside with people that have great vibes. Ryan and Eli, man. What's going on, you guys?
What's up, man? How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Just happy to be back, flying off the bounce. You know, we're in here, bring some intensity, some fire, and sports updates for you guys. So today we're going to talk about our top 5 players in the NBA. And it has to be current, you guys. It can't be old school, because then if you start talking about old school, you know, you got to bring in Magic Johnson, you got to bring in Michael Jordan, you got to bring in Larry Bird, Charles Barkley. We can't bring the whole dream team.
Right.
We got to make a new dream team. So I'm going to hit it up with Eli first.
Okay.
Your top 5 players, man. And it could be from point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center.
Okay.
So who would you choose to be your best player?
Okay. Well, after leading the team, my maestro had to be John Wall. I just think he's a great floor leader. Great, gets everyone involved on his team. He's not going to be selfish. Doesn't care about scoring. Just makes his teammates better. My 2 guard, I got to go with Paul George. I think he's going to have a great comeback year this year.
Absolutely.
And I think he's really going to be a great player.
Yeah.
At the 3, got to go with KD, Kevin Durant. Another guy that I think is going to have a great comeback year after the broken foot last year. Yeah. And, yeah, he's been going through, but I think he's going to come back strong. At the 4, you got to go with Anthony Davis.
Yeah. On the rise. Definitely on the rise.
He's coming. And I hear that he's coming back with the 3-ball this year. So that's definitely going to add to his game. And at the center position, got to go with Boogie Cousins.
An emotional. No, I'm just kidding.
I like that though.
He's very emotional.
Yeah.
But
my 6th man, gotta go with Sweet Lou.
Yeah.
Sweet Lou Williams.
He's with the Lakers now.
Yeah.
So do you see him starting over D'Angelo Russell?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I think he's gonna be that microwave off the bench that every team needs. You know.
Absolutely.
So I think they're gonna let D'Angelo Russell run the show.
Okay.
But you know, Sweet Lou's been in the league for a while, and I think when they need some scoring, he's gonna definitely be there to be that security blanket.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely a young Crawford.
Yeah.
I see him as.
Yeah.
And Ryan, who do you have? That's a good lineup. Great lineup.
Right. I'm going with the point guard position. 2015 MVP Stephen Curry. He's arguably one of my favorite players. He's a great shooter, great point guard, good game changer.
Absolutely.
For the 2 guard, if I was going to support, I would say Victor Oladipo to support my old high school, DeMatha Catholic High School, because that's where he graduated from. But to be serious, I'm going with Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry's, because it's their chemistry. So if I had a team, their chemistry is really good.
Absolutely. Over James Harden, though?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But I wouldn't have been mad at you if you went with Victor, because Victor, Victor's coming.
Yeah, I had to think it was either between Klay, James Harden, or Victor, because of my old high school. Victor graduated from DeMatha Catholic, which I graduated from last year. Yeah. But it was between Klay or James, but I have to go with Klay. I love watching them 2 play together. It's just so much intensity. Love the way they shoot the basketball. But going to the small form, going with LeBron James. So most people back at home, they're probably going to think I'm crazy about what I said about LeBron James, but because he's always, back in the day, always killed the Wizards when they facing the playoffs.
Whispered in Gilbert Arenas' ear.
Yeah, and I still haven't got over that, but if I was a coach and I had to pick a starting 5, you have to go with LeBron James. Yeah, and the reason why I'm picking this lineup, 1, because of chemistry, 2, because these players I can see they can play together. Where it's going to be hard for me because James Harden's a scorer. Yeah. So it's going to be hard for him. I don't see him and Stephen Curry and LeBron James pairing.
Because they're ball dominant.
Yeah. Right. So that's why I went with Klay Thompson. But, yeah, LeBron James, you're not this year. I don't expect them to see. You don't see the guy who will go off. I think he's going to score the points, but you're going to see him do a lot more, getting the team together, become a real leader like he did last year. I'm going with the power forward, just like Eli. I'm going with Anthony Davis. This man is on the rise. This man, he is a really good athlete, and
absolutely.
And I can say not only Anthony Davis on the rise, but the Pelicans are on the rise.
Yeah.
And Honestly, it's going to be the same way LeBron James was with Cleveland, where he stayed with the team and he rose them to the top. I can see Anthony Davis doing the same thing in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
And for the center, going with Eli again. I gotta go with DeMarcus Cousins, even though he got some personal issues going on there, but you can't disagree that this guy is one heck of a basketball player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for my sixth man, leash, Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, two good guys. Ooh, that's a good one. But
Yeah.
I like to see. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go with Jamal Crawford.
Okay. That's a great pick. Great pick. I mean, Jamal Crawford does his thing. He's always been doing his thing ever since he got to the league. Definitely, that's a great top five. Great top five.
Yeah.
That's both of your guys. Is that and it's to tell you the truth, you guys. It's really hard to say, who's your top five. 'Cause you always have these discussions with your boys. You have these discussions to see. All right, who's gonna have one that's opposite compared to everybody else. So it's just like So I like both of you guys's. The power forward, you guys are probably gonna disagree, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So definitely, I have to agree with Ryan. Curry's definitely got to be point guard.
Yeah.
I mean, he's proved it the past 2 years.
Great player.
Great player, and he got the 2015 MVP, and well deserved, and he got the championship. Second, James Harden. I mean, that's James Harden. Yeah, he's a scorer, but Curry can also play the role of being a great passer. You know, he shoots when he feels he needs to shoot.
And I've actually seen Curry play off the ball too, so James Harden can create for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love James Harden's intensity for the game. He also has that instinct that most players don't have, such as Kobe, such as Jordan. The instinct of wanting to win, and small forward. It was hard. It's really hard because you could give it to Melo, but Melo hasn't really done anything. I give it to LeBron. Who else? I don't know. Or Kevin Durant. But I would give him more into Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant is tired of being second, man. And I feel like he has a lot to give. And a lot of people, especially, Paul George is another player. I mean, Kevin Durant and him were out, but at the same time, people are sleeping, Media is always playing, so people forget, So I would definitely have Kevin Durant on small forward. Power forward, instead of Anthony Davis, I put Blake Griffin. Just because his ability to get rebounds, his ability to hashtag dunk on them, like he has that great intensity.
And I love how he pushes the ball too.
He pushes the ball. And I put at center DeAndre Jordan just because he has great chemistry with Blake Griffin. They both do not care who scores, as long as somebody scores, and they're both always looking to, dunk it, Lob City. And they're looking for Lob City. And for six, you got to go with Jamal Crawford. I just named 3 Clipper players, but they're just their ability to score just astounds me, And Lob City is just, it's fun to watch, and it's great for the crowd.
So what do you think the Clippers' problem is? Why can't they get over the hump?
I remember I talked about this with David Lowry last year, and we were talking about what they need is a great small forward. When Matt Barnes was there, okay, he's pretty good, but he's not that dynamic, that man to be for that job for them to get a ring. Because Matt Barnes, at the end of the day, does what he has to do. Yeah, he's a great player, great role player, but they need another superstar.
Yeah.
You see Paul Pierce making it. With Paul Pierce, you think he'd be able to fill that void?
I believe so.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent, but age is catching up, I would say. I mean, I feel like he still has another good probably 2 to 3 years, and then that's it. But for him to play the way he was doing with the Wizards, I think 1 more year.
Now, one thing, when you were talking about they need a good small forward, and you said maybe a possible superstar talent. In 2016, there's going to be a lot of teams going after Kevin Durant. Do you see the Clippers being a possible
in that favor?
Yeah.
I definitely see it. I could see that happening. Will it happen for him to land on the Clippers? You have to really sell yourself in order to get Kevin Durant. I mean, you got New York in the way. You're definitely gonna have LA in the way, and
Yeah.
those are both of the organizations that have money, you know. So it's definitely gonna play a big role
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for them just to get him to fit in.
Yeah.
You know. So definitely, it's gonna be hard. That's all I gotta say. Is it impossible? No, it's not. You know, because when LeBron James was having the situation to go to Cleveland, Miami the first time, no one expected him to go to Miami at 1st. Everybody's just like, nah, he's probably gonna stay in Cleveland, or he's gonna go to LA, or he's gonna go to the Knicks. The Knicks, they were saying, oh, he's gonna go to the Knicks, you know, because they had money. But him going to Miami, it's least expected. It's the way the organization represents themselves. It's the way, if they're able to prove to Kevin Durant, you come to LA, we'll get you what you want. We'll win you multiple championships. Come here, we already have Blake Griffin. We already have Chris Paul that does not mind passing it to you to score. But at the same time, will they get it if Kevin Durant goes there for the first year? Absolutely not. It takes a long time to have good chemistry and to understand the players around you.
Yeah, I think with these big time players, it's less about the money. It's more about winning. Absolutely. They have money. They got shoe deals and multiple endorsement deals that they are getting money from. So all these guys want to win, and that's what it's all about. That's what it should be about. You know.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about Kevin Durant, I think LA, that's like you were saying, the small forward they gonna need a small forward, and KD sounds like a good guy to get, but it's gonna be hard. If I think for any team in the league, it's gonna be hard. OKC, he loves it there. I think honestly, I have a feeling he's gonna go back there, but like what people said about LeBron, they thought he was gonna go back to Cleveland.
Yeah. And
he went to Miami, and all the Cleveland fans burned his jersey.
Yeah.
So, and then there's talks about him going to Washington. Rumors saying, oh, I know a player said he's going to Washington, but doesn't want to say, I've been talking to KD, say he's thinking about going to Washington. Then there's talk about him going to New York, and it's talks about Kevin Durant saying, I won't mind going to New York. So, I think it's going to be, honestly, I'm waiting I'm more interested to see what's going to go on in the 2016 offseason more than the regular season. Cause I just want to see where KD's going to go. There's so much talk. There's been talk for 2 years where every year they talk about why do we keep on talking about it? It's now. But we used to talk about this back in 2014, 2013.
Right. Anticipation.
Yeah, so much anticipation where I would really want to see where this is how this is going to unravel. Where I say he's going to OKC, but no one knows right now. I honestly, you really don't know because the teams that are bidders, like you got the Clippers, you got the Lakers, you got New York, Washington, OKC. Wherever he's gonna go, it's gonna be a game changer.
Absolutely.
Where no matter what team he's gonna go to, people gonna say, okay, this team's gonna be favorites to win to not say win it, to go to the championship. Where, for example, he goes to Washington now, Cleveland's gonna say, oh, well, now we got, besides Chicago, we got someone else to compete with.
Yeah.
And I think that rivalry between Cleveland and Chicago, if he goes to Washington, it's going to intensify big time.
Yeah.
There's always been that talk about KD versus LeBron. So if he went to Washington, I would love that because not because I'm a Wizard fan, but that Cleveland and that Washington rivalry comes back to life. Because back in the days in 2006, 2007, it was Gilbert Arenas and LeBron when those two went head to head. Now if they got KD, it'd be KD versus LeBron. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to OKC, but don't be surprised if he lands either in LA, Washington, or New York.
Yeah.
How good do you guys think the relationship between Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook really is? Like, of course, on the camera they're gonna. Yeah. It's all good. But how do you really see those two?
That's a great question. When they made it to the finals, what was it in 2012? They were saying Russell Westbrook was being too much of a ball hogger, you know, and that reminded me of the situation between Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like off court, yeah, of course, you know, they're gonna say what's up, but I feel like they treat it like a business. Yeah. You know, and that's the only way you can. That's the only way you can handle it. So you're treating it like a business, and Russell Westbrook is a great player. You know, he's an all-around player. He can dish it if he wants. He can score whenever he wants. You know, but the biggest controversy is Kevin Durant is the star
Yeah.
of OKC.
And I think it seems as though Russell Westbrook needs the team to be his.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you always need someone with you.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need multiple superstars on your team if you want to compete for a championship.
Absolutely.
But it just seems as though Russell Westbrook believes he's the guy.
Yeah.
And you can't blame him. He's a great player.
Yeah, he's a great
definitely
player.
a great player.
Great superstar.
He had to stretch 40 points and 10 assists and 10 rebounds
Mhm.
plus in, 5 straight games?
Yeah.
It's-
One thing I would like to comment about that. I guess I agree with Johnny about. I think they treat it as a business.
Mhm.
You won't see that buddy relationship we saw with LeBron and D Wade,
Mhm.
and how they're still friends today, even though LeBron went back to Cleveland.
Mhm.
But with KD and Russell, they're two great scorers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And one thing I would say, like Eli, Russell Westbrook needs a team to himself. You can't have two guys of their caliber talent scoring 27 points a game on the same team.
Right.
Especially a guy like, I think Russell Westbrook, it's either going to be KD leaving to go to another team, or Russell sooner or later going to leave to go to another team.
Yep.
But either way, I think both of them needs to be that one star. And for Russell Westbrook, I know he wants to be that star, but he can't. KD, he made a name for himself, long before Russell Westbrook.
And that goes back to our starting lineups, our top 5.
Yeah.
You know, not all the best players always makes the best team. You know,
Yeah. Very true.
not all the best players always makes the best
Yeah.
team.
Very
So you know,
true. Very true.
the team has to gel. Everyone has to know their role
Mhm.
and come together as one for one collective goal, and that's to win a championship. Somebody
Very
has to do the dirty work. Everyone has to be willing to accept their role.
Yeah.
And that's what great teams do.
Absolutely. So, all right, folks, we'll be back. We're about to head out into a break. We have Ian Sachs back in the building. So, it's flying off the bounce with the Connect 4. So, we are back. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about NFL next on week 1, folks. So, sit tight. We'll be back.